Hello, good people. Welcome back to Brian's Academy, where learning is made easy. Today's lesson, I want it to be more engaging. That is grade 8 science project from the NEC 2026. So you find that in this lesson, grade 8 learners will learn how to create models showing the arrangement of particles in solids, liquids, and gases. So you find that this project follows the CBE guidelines and helps learner understand science through practical activities. So these are some of the uh, areas that we are going to touch on. We have arrangement of particles, how to make simple models, then presentation and explanation skills. So make sure you like the video, share and subscribe. So let's understand the task now. Before we begin, let us understand the task. So as a learner or the facilitator, you are required to identify solids, liquids and gases, then make models showing particles arrangement and label and present your work in front of the class or before your peers. So remember, you have to remember the knowledge that you are taught in class. Solids, that is in solid, particles are tightly packed. Then in liquids, they are close but can move. Then in gases, these particles are far apart. So that's a very important knowledge that you are supposed to remember when embarking on this project. So let's go to the research and preparation. So here we are going to gather materials and tools we'll be using in this project. So we have bottle tops or beads, we have glue, cardboard and marker pen, and also you need a ruler. So after having the materials and tools, you are going to plan your design before starting. So after planning your design, that's now when you will move to the model construction. So here, we are going to make now the model itself. So we are going to start with solid model. And here, let's go to the first step. So we are going to divide our cardboard. Under that one, we are taking one cardboard and divide it into 3 equal sections using a ruler and a pencil. 3 equal sections using a ruler and a pencil. Then this is what you can do. On the left, you can put solid, at the middle, liquid, then at the right side of your cardboard, you can put there gases. Then after that, you draw boxes and label each section at the top. So you are labeling either gas, solid or liquid at the top of that box. So after dividing it into 3 sections and labeling at the top, now we start with the solid part of the particle. So under the solid, it must look organized and tightly packed. Then we are going to arrange particles in straight rows and columns. That is like a grid, and we are going to leave no space between the particles, so they should be closely put together. Then all particles should be touching each other. An example is there, you can see how it is. Then on the part of liquids, here we are going to arrange them to look close but disorganized. Then also the particles are close together. We are going to leave some small gaps from one particle to another. Then the arrangement should be irregular, not straight lines. So example is there, you can see how you're supposed to arrange the liquid part. Then we have gases. So under the gases, they must look very spread out because the particles are far apart. Then large spaces are left between them and completely random arrangement is done. Also, you can see on my video there, I have displayed an example using a diagram. So after doing that, we have important presentation rules. So make sure you are using same size object, that is bottle tops or beads, they should be of the same size. Then when you are gluing, make sure you glue them firmly and use different colors if possible. We talk about complementary colors. You can talk about blue to be solid, green to be liquid, and red to be gas. Now, after that, you are going to label each model clearly as solid, liquid, or gases. And you follow these steps, you will have come up with your uh, 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 work very well organized and presented. So make sure you subscribe, you follow, and you share. There on my video is the final work I have displayed on this project. Thank you, and may God bless you.